Mastering the art of moral or lesson-based resolutions in storytelling. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series on storytelling and jokes in English. Today, we're going to dive into a special part of storytelling, the resolution. In particular, we're going to explore moral or lesson-based resolutions. These types of resolutions give a story meaning and depth, and they're an important part of telling impactful, memorable stories. First, let's start by understanding what a resolution is in storytelling. The resolution is the final part of the story, where all the plot lines are tied together, conflicts are resolved, and the story comes to an end. It leaves the listener with a final impression of the entire tale. So it's essential to make it powerful and memorable. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is a moral or lesson-based resolution? This type of resolution involves concluding the story with a takeaway lesson or moral that the listener can apply to their own life. For example, the story of The Tortoise and the Hare ends with the moral that slow and steady wins the race. This kind of resolution has been used for thousands of years in fables, parables, and folktales, and it's a great way to add depth to your stories. Crafting a moral or lesson-based resolution involves a few key steps. First, you need to decide what lesson you want your listeners to learn. This should be something that's both relevant to your story and valuable to your listeners. Next, you need to incorporate this lesson into your resolution. This could be through the actions of your characters, the outcomes of their decisions, or even a narrator's summary at the end of the story. Let's use an example to illustrate this. Suppose you're telling a story about a young girl who constantly procrastinates. She might face challenges due to her procrastination, like failing a test or missing an important event. The resolution could then highlight the negative consequences of her actions, leading to the moral of the story. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. To make your moral or lesson-based resolution really stand out, ensure that the moral is clear but not too preachy. While it's important that the moral is evident, you don't want to hit your listeners over the head with it. Use the characters and their actions to demonstrate the moral. The moral should naturally flow from the story, not be tacked on as an afterthought. Lastly, make sure the moral resonates with your listeners. The moral of your story should be meaningful to them and applicable to their lives. And that brings us to the end of our lesson on moral or lesson-based resolutions in storytelling. Remember, these kinds of resolutions can give your stories a lasting impact and can help your listeners understand and remember your story better. I hope you found this video helpful and that you're now ready to create your own moral or lesson-based resolutions. Happy storytelling, and I'll see you in our next lesson.